The retrial of the men accused of the Cathedral massacre over 13 years ago has been averted after they were convicted on Monday of manslaughter. Defense attorneys for Kim John and Francis Philip entered a guilty plea of manslaughter, taking into consideration what they contend is the mental state and diminished responsibility of the accused. Counsel Al Elliott says the prosecution has accepted the plea. He explains based on the verdict, the two men cannot be sentenced to death.
It means that we are able to address concerns that we had with regards to delusions and other mental conditions which may have caused the accused to have committed the acts which they readily admit to having committed. So looking at the concerns with delusions and so on, the law allows you to consider manslaughter as opposed to murder in those cases where delusions may have played a part in the commission of the acts.
In 2003, Kim John and Francis Philip were convicted of murder in the brutal attack on worshippers at the Cathedral during a New Year's Eve Mass. Although the Court of Appeal upheld the conviction in 2005, the Privy Council in 2006 had expressed concern that the issue of mental competence of the accused was not properly dealt with, and hence ordered a retrial. Both the prosecution and defense were preparing for the new criminal trial, and 23 of the 28 original witnesses were contacted. However, the trial is now off.
It means also that the sentencing stage would come up next, and submissions would be made by both sides as to the appropriate sentence that we think is necessary in this case. The final say, of course, rests with the judge.
A sentencing hearing has been set for February 13th, and the two accused could face a maximum of life in prison. However, there are a number of militating factors.
Factors such as the state of their minds at the time of the commission of the offense, as to the psychiatric reports which are available already, as to the likelihood that they may be reformed. These are things that we would have to consider, and ultimately the judge would make a determination based on our submissions.
2 parishioners, including a nun, were killed when the men clubbed and doused worshippers during the service at the cathedral in gasoline before setting them alight. Several other worshippers were injured in the savage attack. Winston Springer Jr., HTS News Force.